From a stunning upset in the US to a fierce youth rivalry in the Caribbean, this video compares two incredible 200-meter races. We analyze race execution, key moments, and why the women's 200-meter is becoming more unpredictable than ever.
A little bit of revenge here on Melissa Jefferson-Woodard.
Tamari Davis, second in Miami over this distance. Oh, sorry, my bad. There's Tamari Davis. Jaden Mays there. Another one of those fast Oregon Ducks from the Olympic trials in 2024 in this event. Made it through to the finals. Thelma Davies, she'll get a hometown welcome.
And rounding out the field, this is Solera Barnes. Had a breakout indoor season. The U.S. indoor champion at 60 meters. It's another great field, and after what Kenny Benari just did, I'm sure they're inspired to run really well in front of a great crowd.
Set.
Thomas away pretty smartly, although it's just lost half a meter or so, and he's got to get moving here because Dina Asher-Smith is running a cracking bend and also going well. Jefferson-Woodard into the home straight with a good 2-meter lead.
Oh, wow.
Can Gabby Thomas hold this in? She's got work to do. Can hold of Jefferson-Woodard. Can she get there? It's going to be tight in the lead, but she's got it. 21.99. Well. Oh, wow. She doesn't even want to look at Gabby though to go, sorry. Sorry. Look at Gabby's face.
Oh. You gotta remember, Melissa is actually the first leg on the relay team. She's a turn runner. This is a turn favorite track.
This is, like you said, it's a different 200 meters here. Wide turn. You only, once you straighten up in the home straight, you've only got about 75 meters left.
Yes. And I know that's what Melissa was thinking when she got on that straightaway. This straightaway short, I'm winning. I don't got to hold on for that much longer this time. And she held on.
So that's not only a personal best, again, another record for this track in the stadium.
Wow. In the rain.
I mean, at this point, you think, well, Gabby didn't get a good start because you're thinking, yeah, Dina Asher-Smith was up on it, but then you suddenly realize Jefferson-Woodard is out there, but Gabby normally hauls people in, doesn't she?
She does. But sometimes when people are that far out there, I know there had to be a moment where Gabby was like, hold on a second, she actually is kind of far. There might have been a bit of panic getting into the straightaway because there was a lot of ground to make up. And you can see on Melissa's face, she knows that Gabby's going to be coming, but she has to hold on, and she did hold on and had the strength to be able to maintain in this 200. A huge win over the Olympic champion in the 200 meters. And she wanted that bad.
You look at, well, they didn't show it on that replay, and the rain's back, but Gabby Thomas was tight, you know, kind of fighting to get there.
Best to get here, she looked really good in her semi-final. Then in 5, the 100 champion, Sabrina Dockery, false started in the 200 meters last year at the KAFAC Games. She is looking for redemption and the sprint double. No Tiana Springer, as I told you. She's been withdrawn for precautionary reasons. She was to be in 4th at Guyanese. And Sania Frederick, the defending champion, goes in lane number 3, looking to repeat. And in lane number 2, Naya Wright of the Bahamas comes in with a 24 seconds flat clocking, qualified as a non-automatic.
Surprised they didn't move someone up to fill that vacant spot.
Well,
Not
I think
sure.
the withdrawals probably came too late for that. So 6 for this final, but it's a high quality 6.
Not sure how that will affect the defending champion. She'll have a vacant lane next to her.
There's Dockery, the 100 champion. Ran a personal best 11.26 to win that. I think anyone who wants to win this has to be ahead of Douglas at 160. Away they go. Dockery flew out of the blocks. So too did Sania Frederick. Sania Frederick is running brilliantly. The Jamaican Dockery Coming forward now. Sania Frederick, the defending champion, is in front. Dockery starts to chase. Douglas is coming forward as well. Douglas, Soleil Frederick and Dockery. That's the way they finish. 23 flat for Shania Douglas. She was always going to be the danger in the last 20 or 25 meters. That's where she poured forward. And Soleil Frederick could not hold her off, but she does have a silver medal, Soleil Frederick, as Shania Douglas celebrates gold. 23.03, that's a personal best for her. She has gone on the 23 before, but that was wind assisted at the Caribbean Trials, 22.85. And tonight, she is #1 in the Caribbean region at half lap. Soleil Frederick watched her sister Sania Frederick win gold last year. She has silver this time around. Personal best for her as well, 23.07. Sabrina Dockery, the 100 champion, has to settle for the bronze here at 200 meters. But she too has put in a fine performance. That race was every bit as exciting as we expected it to be.
Fantastic contest. Springer not even really missing in this one, because the two Jamaicans and the two Trinidadians gave us everything that we could have hoped for.
23.13 for Dockery, outside her personal best, which was set in qualifying at 23.10. The Frederick sisters, well, it was all Sania last year, and it's Soleil this time.
So they looked a lot sharper in qualifying, certainly, and justified that, continued that fine form into the final. Ran a great curve. You see her there between the two Jamaicans. And one wonders if perhaps Sana, not having that athlete right next to her, could have done better on the curve. Coming through here, she does, though, have the advantage, but her sister and the Jamaican.
The women's 200 meters continues to reveal new layers of unpredictability. And two recent races, one at the Grand Slam track event in Philadelphia and the other at the 2024 KAFAC Games, perfectly illustrate how this event blends power, strategy, and rising talent across different levels of competition. In Philadelphia, the spotlight was firmly on established American stars, particularly Olympic champion Gabby Thomas. Coming into the race with strong momentum, having secured a win in Kingston and a solid second-place finish in Miami, Thomas was widely expected to control the final. However, Melissa Jefferson-Woodard had other plans. Known primarily as a 100-meter specialist, Jefferson delivered one of the most surprising performances of the season, stepping up in distance and redefining expectations. From the gun, Jefferson showed intent. Her start was sharp, but more importantly, her curve running was aggressive and efficient, arguably the best phase of her race. Thomas, typically dominant in the transition from curve to straight, found herself chasing earlier than usual. This shift in race dynamics disrupted her rhythm, exposing a rare vulnerability. Athletes like Tamari Davis and Jada Mays added further pressure, ensuring that this was not just a two-woman battle, but a highly competitive field throughout. What made Jefferson's performance remarkable was not just the victory itself, but how she achieved it. She maintained composure in the final meters, resisting the late charge that Thomas is famous for. It was a statement win, one that suggested her potential in the 200 meters may be far greater than previously assumed. Meanwhile, at the KAFAC Games, the narrative unfolded differently but with equal intensity. Here, the stage belonged to the next generation of Caribbean sprinters. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago once again showcased their sprinting depth, turning the under-20 final into a dramatic regional showdown. Shaniqua Frederick of Trinidad and Tobago entered as the defending champion and immediately imposed her authority on the race. Her curve was technically superb, smooth, controlled, and powerful, allowing her to build a significant lead heading into the straight. For much of the race, it appeared she would comfortably retain her title. However, Jamaica's Sabrina Dree, fresh off her 100-meter victory, demonstrated exceptional resilience and sprinting intelligence. Unlike Frederick, who relied on early dominance, Dree built her race progressively. Her transition into the straight was explosive, and her top-end speed became decisive in the closing stages. Alongside her, Shanoya Douglas added further depth to Jamaica's challenge, underlining the nation's continued production of elite sprint talent. The contrast between the two races is striking. In Philadelphia, the storyline centered on an upset within an elite, experienced field, where a sprinter stepped beyond her traditional strengths to defeat an Olympic champion. At the KAFAC Games, the focus was on emerging talent, national rivalry, and the development of future stars. Yet both races shared a common theme: the importance of the curve. In both cases, the athletes who executed the bend most effectively positioned themselves for success. Jefferson's aggressive curve running neutralized Thomas's finishing strength, while Frederick's early dominance nearly secured victory before Drye's superior finishing speed overturned the race. Ultimately, these performances highlight the evolving nature of the women's 200 meters. It is no longer enough to rely solely on top-end speed or finishing power. Victory now demands a complete race. Technical precision on the curve, efficient transition, and the ability to sustain speed under pressure. Whether at the highest professional level or in junior competition, the message is clear. The margin for error is shrinking, and new challengers are constantly emerging. From Melissa Jefferson's breakthrough in Philadelphia to the thrilling Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago duel at KAFAC, the women's 200 meters is entering an era defined by depth, versatility, and relentless competition.